Mostly sunny and 24. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 25. Sunday, mostly sunny, 26. A possible shower for Monday, 19. Then a possible shower Tuesday and partly cloudy Wednesday and Thursday, with temps back to the mid-teens. Currently 13. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Jeep Cherokee Sport, now with $1,000 off the drive-away price. Terms and conditions apply. See your Jeep dealer for details. This is 5AA Breakfast.
Morning all, 6:36. What a sensational, magnificent day it is. Hey, don't forget, this week 5AA's afternoon and drive shows are live from the Royal Adelaide Show in the Goyder Pavilion. Be sure to head down and say hello to all the good folk, and it's all thanks to Podiatry Care. Right now there is no gap on assessments, so make a gap-free appointment today at podiatrycare.com.au, because it is important that you look after your feet.
It does feel like the day when we can officially declare that winter's dead, doesn't it, Jane?
It does. It's just got that special feel about it. I'm sitting here just in a shirt, no jacket.
Yeah.
We're going for a top today of 24. It will get up to 26 degrees here in Adelaide on Sunday, 25 tomorrow. So 3 days of mid-20s temperatures, but there's a bit of a change coming early next week. But spring is pretty changeable. But once you start hitting those 24s and 25s, you can go, whew, it's on the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a very giving person when the conditions are really like this. I mean, in the winter, I just take.
I noticed your personality has already changed this morning, Mark, and for the better. Hey, it's time to jump across the ditch to talk to our good friend Selwyn Manning, who is the editor of EveningReport.nz. Selwyn, thanks for your time. Always great to catch up with you. Now, Australians who are planning a holiday to New Zealand over the coming weeks or months will be excited about the fact that the Kiwi dollar is on the slide, but it's creating a number of headaches for the New Zealanders, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it is. In many ways it is, Dave. It's a bit of a tightrope for the Reserve Bank Governor. His name is David Wheeler, and he's been manipulating the OCR, or the official cash rates, and some people over here are calling him Graeme Wheeler dealer, because he's been clearly watching those money markets and just comparing what benefits would be there for New Zealand. But yesterday the Reserve Bank, Graeme Wheeler, he pushed he pushed the interest rates down by around about a 0.25% or 25 points, which is quite significant. It caused our dollar to drop immediately against the US at the same time as Australia's dollar went up after your labour force figures came out yesterday. It's been a bit of a tightrope for the Reserve Bank, though, forcing the interest rates down like they did yesterday. It risks overcooking what's already a hot Auckland residential housing market, and we've spoken past weeks about that on your program. But the other risks associated with this kind of fall back, so that the New Zealand dollar can kind of go down. It gives a bit of extra money into the hands of dairy farmers who are really struggling, and many of them hitting the wall at the moment. So the benefits of that and stimulating a bit of outside money coming into the country is obviously what the Reserve Bank's trying to do. And the quote he said yesterday that was pertinent to this was that domestically the economy is adjusting to sharp declines in export prices, and we all know what that's like at the moment on all sides of the world. But also consequent fall in the exchange rates are also in their mind there, just like what we were talking about. But so the Reserve Bank, it's standing out as the one that's actually doing something positive in a sense overall about the New Zealand economy, where the government over the side of the ditch is really just staying really silent on the whole thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a bit of a reflection of a similar debate we've been having here in South Australia in the context of manufacturing, where our high dollar was one of the factors that contributed to the car industry hitting the wall. Anyway, yeah, good stuff, Selwyn.
And so, look, some really good news if you're planning a holiday to New Zealand, especially if you're going to Rotorua. I can smell the sulphur already. But a geyser that has been dormant for many years has sprung into life.
Yeah, that's right. It's Rotorua's Papakura Geyser. It blasted into life this week. Now, the geyser, it was once a grand tourist attraction, but around 1979, and I can remember it around this period, it was really, really huge when you go down to Rotorua. But in 1979, it began to fizzle out, and it relegated itself right down, Jane, to just a boiling mud pool. But it's no longer the staff. Do you know the name of the place, Jane? You might want to try and pronounce this. It might be better than me.
Yeah, I've actually been there. Te Pua Wakiini Thermal Valley.
Oh, pretty close, yeah. Te Pua, Te Whakarewarewa Thermal Valley in Rotorua. That's pretty good, Jane. You were right on it there. But that's where this Papakura Geyser is located. And it's awoken, shooting steam and boiling water up to around 40 metres high.
Gee whiz.
40 metres.
Yeah, that's pretty
40,
high.
Did I say 40? It's 4 metres. Sorry.
Oh.
I'd be thinking half of New Zealand's going up Rotorua.
I thought I was the dyslexic one.
But also, I was going to say, if Australians were thinking of checking this out, cashing in on the good exchange rate between New Zealand and Australia at the moment, they perhaps should check their insurance policy. You guys, really seriously do this, because only 1 week ago, an unknown sleeping geyser, it woke up and blasted a huge hole out of the side of a road in Rotorua. So things are not too flash. But in typical Kiwi style, there's this brilliant quote of stating the obvious that came out yesterday from the volcano specialist, guy called Brad Scott, and he says, and I quote here, about this geyser, he says, "It is early days in our scientific investigation into these developments, but the geyser has clearly entered phase 2 of its recovery." End of quote. So there you go.
Phase 2. People love a good phase 2 geyser. Good on you. Selwyn Manning, the editor of EveningReport.nz. Always great to catch up.
6:43. I know my beautiful wife springs into a dangerous geyser every time I do something wrong, so she's
only about 4 times a week then, Mark.
Right, exactly. The whole place
only on days that end with Y.
She's known as Krakatoa.
Krakatoa
by your neighbours.
Oh dear, oh dear. Hey, let's head to